You are welcome to today's class. Yesterday, we had a class on HTML structure, and then we spoke about the HTML structure. We spoke about the doc type, and we said the doc type is what tells the version of HTML. We spoke about the head part of the HTML, and we said it gives the header elements like the the page configuration, the links, and the title of that particular page or HTML template. And we said we can change this title anytime, any moment. We also learned about the English part, this HTML, which is the root of the whole text, the HTML text. The HTML we see over here is the root. And right now, inside there, we have an attribute called language. It's the one that tells the language which we are writing the HTML structure. And currently it is fetched to English. And there are other countries that write programming languages in, let's say, Chinese. In China, they will use Chinese, but we will stick to the English. Then we have the body part of the HTML structure. And we say the body, it keeps the elements that will be displayed on the web browser screen. So we learned that there are also what we call the elements. The elements have what we call the starting tag and then the ending tag. Whatever is put inside the element is what we call the content. The content will be visible on the web browser, but the tags themselves, which is what we are seeing, these alphabets, they themselves will not be visible in the web browser. The content, which is what we put inside the element or the tags, is what will be shown on the web browser's face to the user. We've learned about some examples of elements. We've learned about the H element. I say the H start from H1, then we have H2, then let's say H. We have H2, we have H3, we have the H4, we have the H5, we have the H6. And all these are all called the header elements. They are used to display heading of different sections in our website. The H1 displays larger text, H2 displays smaller, H3 displays even more smaller, and they keep reducing in that way order. You should know that the whole of this is called an element. And the element has parts. We have the starting tag, the ending tag, and we have the middle part, which is what? The content, and that is what will come inside. That will what will be displayed on the to the user in the web browser. All the tags end with a what? A /. Every tag ends with what? A /, followed by the name of that same element or tag. We've also learned about the P element. The P element, which is used to display, let's say, a large number of text. So lorem 12. Lorem 12, lorem, when I just type lorem, L-O-R-E-M, and I say 10, it means I want an automatic text to just appear, and I want them to be 10 words. That's all. And I press on tab to automatically generate it for me, and it works in everybody's VS Code. We also look at other elements like the anchor tag, the A. Press on tab, it automatically complete it for you. And so the anchor tag is just used to link the web browser from one page to another, or it's used to put external links. We also learn about the image, which are going to look at the image element. We've looked at other elements like the div and so many more. We have a div as a main topic in our future topic classes. Alright, we've also learned how to create an HTML file, and we said that when you open your VS Code, you head over to File, then you come to New Text File, Now will of course let you create a new text file, or you can click on this Explorer icon. When you click on it, you open the file pane. Then you can right click on that empty space, come to new file, and then let's create this a tables.html. Your file must always end with what? .html. The .html is what tells the browser or even the VS Code that this particular file is going to contain HTML text or words. So treat them as such. That is all. Like I said, we have one that is also .css. These are all file extensions. They tell the specific type of file that the file is. Then we also experimented about the elements, and we've used them to create a very simple web page. So we experimented with the nav element. So the nav element particularly, it is used to make nav bar, which is what the bar at the topmost part of a website. Let me go live so that we see what the output is for this code. So this is the nav bar, this reddish part. Let me switch back to the code editor. Then, so the nav, we can put UL. UL is another special type of element that is used to keep a list of items. UL means an ordered list, a list that will come in points. We also have another one called OL. OL means ordered list. That one, it will be ordered with numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. I think everyone is okay. Alright. If there are questions, feel free to put it in the question in the messages part. I'll read them all out. And inside the unordered list, we have put in the LI. The LI means list an item. That's the usefulness of that particular element. So we are supposed to just write only home there so that it will just display home inside the nav bar. But then we wanted the home to be clickable, so that when we click on the home, it should take us to the home page. Also, when we click on about, it should take us to the about page in that way order. So instead of we putting the about inside the LI alone, we decided to put a special element, the A element, which is we call the anchor tag. And we can make the A element by just typing A, then press on tab on the keyboard. That will automatically complete it for you. And then the insertion point, which is that blinking cursor, is showing where you can type in your output. Let's say boys, B-O-Y-S. Click on save. Boys will be displayed, but not the A itself. This one is just a tag. But remember, we also spoke about attributes. And we said attributes are special, names that we put inside the tags to add more functionality, to make that tag even more do some magical things. Example of attribute is this href. This href can let us to put in links, and so that when the content is displayed in the web browser or in our website, when somebody puts the mouse pointer on top of it, for instance the one over here, I'm pointing here, it will turn to a hand shape, and a hand shape means hyperlink. Hyperlink is just anything that when we click on, it will take us to another page. And of course, when we click on these boys which are displayed in the web browser, it will take us to the page of that particular link that we put inside this href. So A is going to be used almost entirely in every part of your website that you are developing. So the A element, some call it the anchor tag. Honestly, it's a special type of element. It has the beginning part and then what? The ending part, the one that ends with a forward slash. Most of the elements end with a forward slash. But there are some special elements, they don't have a closing tag. For example, BR. Click on tab. BR means break. That means split the words and break the words down. Can we experiment it here and see how it does? For example, let's say, welcome to the world of electronics. And of course, it has displayed here. Welcome to the world of electronics. We want to break this part. Welcome to the world of the, let's break the remaining words to the next line. How do we do that? We say welcome to the world. To the where it says to the, type BR and press on tab. Control plus S to save. Then go back again to your web browser. What will happen? It will break these words to the next line. So they will not get and continue. And then of course, boom, it happens. Welcome to the, and it breaks the next words to the next line. If we remove the BR, honestly, they'll get back again to how they were. How lovely. We also learned about this particular element over here. We call it the input element. This one, input. It is used to take input from the user. In class 1, we have learned that, oh, input is all about putting something into the computer, of course. And over here too, at this higher level, we are learning that input is all about letting the user to type something into a given box or area or space. And of course, these are the inputs that appeared. And remember, we have to always add this attribute. Attributes always add more functionality, or they tell more about the element. So over here we are saying that type. And what is the type of that input? It's an email. So that means that when a person is going to put in anything, if the person don't type in an email, give the person an error. And also we can also say text. Control plus S, so that when the person is typing, you can just take in a normal text, no problem. And also name is another special type of attribute. Know these special unique names, okay? Attribute, tag, they make you understand HTML even more better. Then we have this special one, this element here called button. The button is all about something that is clickable. And when it is clicked, push whatever the person has typed to the, to the cloud or to the server so that it can be processed. And inside the button, we put in the word search to appear in the browser. That's all. So I later on use CSS to do some styling to the homepage that we created. And honestly, I haven't yet reached CSS. I'll be taking you guys on CSS, but then we have not reached CSS. But then I'll say that when we reach CSS, I will explain these things. These are all called properties, okay? These are all called pointers. I will explain them one by one and what they do. And when you now understand them, I'll now be taking you on high speed. Because the last time, the web browser that we are going to, the website that we are going to develop together, I'm gonna make it very fast speed, as far as you've already understood everything that we are doing. All right, I believe you guys are following, and everything is just clear. All right, today we are going to talk about something special, and that is going to be, we're going to talk about images. We're going to talk about images. This one is not working now. Talk about images. We'll talk about favicons. We'll talk about tables. How do we add an image to our website? How do we add a favicon? And what at all is a favicon? And what at all is HTML table? Anything that we do, we are going to use our HTML website that we created yesterday as continuity to continue with that one. So that whatever we are learning, we'll be developing on top of it. That is all. And I hope that is perfectly understood. All right. Let's talk about images first. I think we should talk about favicon. Let's talk about favicon. Favicon. Yeah. Favicon. Favicon is normally an icon that appears in the tab. Is this icon that appears in the tab of the browser. So for example, if you're a company, let's say Jumia, Jumia.com, anytime you open, you will see this particular, icon there, telling us that this browser, this company, their logo is this star that we are seeing here. The same thing when we go to Pinterest.com, their logo is hyping there so nicely. Why don't we also learn how to, put a favicon in our website so that even when people search for, let's say, Jumia, you can see that their logo appeared in the search result. When people search for your website, honestly, your logo, your icon should display in the search result, which is what we call the favicon. And again, when they click on your website, your logo should also appear in the tab as well. And let's see how to do that. Alright, first of all, where you created a home.html, they are all lying inside the folder that you created for the website. And mine, I think it will be WDT over here. Let me open it, open a new tab, and this is my home.html, the CSS file, and the tables.html, which I just created with you. I'm going to drop in the image that we are going to use. I have downloaded this nice icon from Pinterest, and we are going to use that one for our trial. I wanted something more larger, but I think this one is okay, no big deal. So what are we gonna do? I have already downloaded it. Some of you already know how to download. Just click on the three dots. I'll drop this image in the group as well so that you guys can experiment with it. So when we just click on the three dots, it brings up a pop-up menu. Then you click on download image, and that will download the image for you nicely. Alright, now I'm going to put the image into that folder that has all these files. Okay, sure. So I'll head over to my downloads, and of course this is the image. You can see it here, right? This is the image. Right click on it, copy it from wherever it is, go back to that particular folder, keeping your website files. Then right click on an empty space and then paste the image there. Alright, mine is called abstract logo 3D rendering, and of course as I just did that, it also showed up inside the VS Code as well. Let me hide this. You can see that the image has been shown here as part of the files that are inside that particular folder. This is a folder that I created. The WDT folder is keeping my files. Alright, so let's go back to the home.html. Okay, the place where we have the head, you did something like link, and then you're able to link your CSS. The same way you type link, then you press on the tab key to automatically complete it for you. Instead of you having the style sheet, remove it from that place. Where you have the real style sheet, remove the style sheet. Okay, what are we going to put there? Put icon to tell the browser that this link is going to actually refer or link us to an image inside our folder. And also the href. The href is just to keep the name of the image or the file path to the image, and the image is called abstract logo. When you start typing, it will automatically come abstract logo. See there, just click to automatically complete. Ctrl+S. We are not done. You have to add one more attribute. We call it type. You have to also tell what type of file that is being linked inside this particular element called link. And of course we type type, that means type. Press on equal to, and of course you have to tell them the type of file, and it is image. So you put the image there. Ctrl+S. When you are done and you have pressed Ctrl+S, you are done. This is how you create your favicon or your tab logo. So what do we do? First, you create the link element, then whatever is in the rel, normally it is style sheet. Remove the style sheet and then type it by yourself, icon. The href is just to let you put the name of that particular logo or whatever icon it is. Then you specify what type of file it is, and of course it's an image. You now go to the web browser, and of course when you look at the top, this one I cannot zoom it. When you zoom it will not zoom. You can see that the image is showing nicely at the top there. If that is the name of my if my website company has this image as logo, I've just added it to my website like that. That is all. Mostly we add the website logo on the nav bar here, but I wanted to keep things simple. That's why I coded things like this. But later on in our website development, we put logo here at the left side in the navigation bar. So by doing this, we are able to create a favicon in our tab. And also, when people make a search of your website and it appears as a search result in Google search, this your icon will also be shown as well. So that is all for favicon. The favicon is a small icon that one appears at the top. And how do we do that? We do that by simply, typing the element name link, and then where is it, then pressing on tab key. I think we should do this again. Yeah, one more time. Let me delete this whole line of code. All right, we are doing it one more time. Control plus S. Let's go to our website and see something. It has disappeared. It is showing some, I don't know whether it's the world or globe. It's a default icon for any website that does not have their logo configured. All right, let us go back and do it again one more time. So, like we said, we'll type link, L-I-N-K. Then you don't want to just, if you want to do your personal typing of less than, type on link, then you now come to REL equal to, come on, hello, come on. This is not cool. Just type link, press on tab on the keyboard, and automatically it completes whatever is needed for you to, work with that particular element. And it gives you the needed, attributes. But we will add one more attribute, the type. Where it says rel, over here, let me zoom in small so that things can get bigger. Where it says rel, remove style sheet from that place. Remove them. What are you going to type? The name, icon. You type icon, I-C-O-N, telling the browser that this link is keeping a link to an icon. And where it says href, you type the name of the image file. And the image I'm bringing is abstract logo 3D. Just type the same name. Don't make a mistake. Abstract logo. To avoid making mistake, it has even suggested. It has noticed that I have it in my file path. So it has suggested that I click on it will automatically place it there for me. Control plus S. Also, move out of the quotation mark, hit some space. Then add this additional attribute. We say type, T-Y-P-E. Then hit the equal to sign. It will bring a quotation for you. And what are you gonna do? You tell them that it's what? It's an image file. That's the type of file that is in this link element. Control plus S, and then when you go back to your website, it will be shown there nicely. You can even use CSS to command the borders and make this to be styled, even increase the size as well. But I think they have a maximum file size. You can't go beyond. So you can keep things as the way they are. That is pretty much it about favicon. So it is very fun and nice to have your logo displayed at the tab area so that it keeps your users reminded of who you are and how they should expect you in other places. Alright, the next thing we are going to look at is images. Images, of course. How do you bring an image into our website? It's also very, very crucial. They've scrolled down, they are going, then they will see an image here. Come on, there should be some image to even talk more to them. N-I-A-V-I-C-O-N. Favicon as highlighted here. Alright. And then somebody asked a question. So, we are going to look at images. And we are going to look at images. I should download some couple of images here. Alright, so let me search for, let's look for images concerning electronics. Let's download 3 or 4 images for electronics from Pinterest. Then we will use it for our practical for today. What is happening here? Is it loading or not done? Okay. So let's take this one here. Since we are coding a website and it's about, welcome to the world of electronics. When users scroll down, they should see electronic images. So let's get some images regarding electronics. We download 2 or 3. Wow. and we will use them. I'm surprised about the speed. My system resources have been used. This is another one here, nice one here. Let's pick the game part. It's extremely beautiful. Download, and it's okay. 2 or 3 is okay. We can't do it a lot. 2 or 3 is okay. Earphone. All right. It's okay. All right. Okay. Now, remember that we are working in our body tag, and whenever you click on the opening tag, it will highlight the opening and the ending. So, so in order not to go out of it, I'll click on the body, that's the opening tag, or the starting tag. It will highlight the what? The last one. And of course, I'll just go one step ahead of it and I'll what? Hit enter. So let's understand something here. The whole of these things are inside our nav here, okay? Let's consider it as what? A separate section. Let's consider it as a separate section. Again, we have this another part here, header. This header is actually, oh come on, I didn't tell you something. This particular nav, which I said, let's consider it a separate section, is actually what we are seeing here, this brown colored topmost part. Then we have the next one, header, which is actually, come on, I'm using my trackpad and it's very slow. Working with trackpad is the slowest thing. So this header part is another separate section. As we can see, is this gray part that is keeping the landing page or the home page. We also want to make another part, okay? That's when we use the div, D-I-V, div. Press on tab. I will hit enter to make a space so that we can put in something, some other elements inside the div. Sometimes we even want to make more space. All right, let me click on fill the screen. All right. Inside the div, we want to say image img. Img, image element, is what we use to what? Pull images to display on our website. So once we type img, just press on the tab key to automatically complete it for you. Then we have a special attribute there called the src, or the source, meaning the source of the image. Provide the path. I'll bring the images here, okay? I'll go and then take them from download and I'll put them in the website folder. And again, the out, which is what? The text that will appear when the image is not there. Okay, so we are going to see, of course, I've downloaded the images and I'm sure they are now in my downloads. And these are the images, the first, second, and then this is the third one. I will just select them, right click on one of them, say copy 3 items. I'll go to that particular folder where my website files are all being put. Then I will just paste them there, paste the 3 items there. Alright, and of course check in your VS Code to be sure that they have all been placed. Look at them: solo, magnetic, what and what, controller, what and what. This is what we have used for the favicon, and this one is, come on, look at the name. Right click it, then say rename. You can even change the name to what? Headphone. Hit enter. This solo, what and what, come on, right click it and say rename. Say power bank. That is what we call it here. No funny names. Then we have the next one, discover controller PS5. I just love that name. It's okay. If I change this name, the PS5 game players will have problem with me, so I'll keep it as it is. So let me close this down. So we want to display then an image under here at the bottom. Okay, so what do? We say that image, we'll type image img, then press on tab. Then the source it is what? Asking us to tell the name of the image. If you created a folder here, you've placed the images, then later on I'll do that. But for the beginning part, I'll not create folders and place the images there, okay? Because it might look some way. It can be very fun it can be very good to create a folder here and place the images so that the files can be organized. But when I'm teaching from the beginner stage, I just keep things very slow and friendly as much as possible. So where it says SRC source, just write the name of the image. I'm going to put the controller PS5 there. So I'll say controller, and of course that's highlighted the name. Just click on it to automatically complete. Control plus S to save the new changes. Go back to your website, and of course you see there that's appeared nicely. But man, look at the size. It's not too big. The size is way too much. So what are we gonna do? Even where it says out, you can even say let's go PS5 controller. And out is just keeping as an attribute that will keep the name of the image that we have put here. If that image don't appear, then this particular text should appear on the screen. And let's see. Right now the text has not appeared because the image itself is there. And for example, let's remove the image and see what happens. Control S, and you see they wrote PS5 controller, but then Control plus Z to bring back whatever I've removed. Save again and go back. The name out, that out attribute and this text has all disappeared, bringing the image back. It's amazing. It's also very good. You make things that way. Now the size of this thing is too much. What are we gonna do? Well, I'm sure that we can add attributes like width and height. So let's say height, Height, it equal to height. Let's say 50 pixels. Normally 50 pixels. Control plus S. And let's go back and see. Oh, it gets even smaller at the corner. That is actually too small. Why not jump to an extreme size like let's say 150 pixels, and let's see how it gets even more smaller. How about 300 pixels? Pixels is a unit for measuring the size of elements that appear on the web, in our website. Okay, it's at least a little better. It's a little better, not bad at all. But I'll consider going to 350 pixels. It's a little okay. And again, we can even say another image tag again. Another image tag. And let's say another image again. Hit on tab. What happens? Man, I'm going to write headphone where it says SRC, meaning the name of what? The picture. Look at it there. Control plus S. Come back and see. It gets bigger. But man, I use a height of what? Let me just copy it. Height of 300 whatever, 350 pixels. Control plus C. And I'm gonna also do the same thing for the what? The headphone image element. Give some space, paste it there. Control plus S. Let's go and then see. Wow, that it aligns itself. How about another one again? IMG. Hit on tab. Then we have what? Source. So that one will be power bank. POWER bank. Oh come on, Control Z. I'll spend the power bank to show the image. I want to hit enter to accept. It gets too big. And of course, the height attribute is gonna help to reduce the size. So you can see that images were added, but then they look jeopardized. They're not nice. How about the image again? Now add the